Hey guys, Allison here. Last week I talked about living according to your state in life, what it is and why it's important. And again, our state in life is wherever you find yourself right now. And I wanted to do a special video for my single friends out there because so often we hear in the church talk about the vocation to marriage or the vocation to the religious life. And those who are single kind of feel a little bit lost there, and it's really hard to define. Now, I was single for a very long time. And I know I gave that example of my friend Kathy, whose husband would kind of pull her back, and that was her vocation. So she knew that, living according to that really set a boundary for her. I think for most of us, people fall into two different categories when you're single. Either you don't feel called to marriage, you don't feel called to the religious life, and you feel very much called not to be married and to serve God in other ways. That's one category, and that's beautiful. The other category are many people, like myself, who felt very called to marriage and yet found yourself single. So you didn't really know kind of like what applied to you. And because you were, at least for me, I was trying to serve God. I had no boundaries, so I was doing everything, and I got burned out a few times. So I think what we want to look at when we're looking at our state in life, again, if you want to be married someday, do not give up. Continue to pray for that. But while you're single, let's look at, there's one advantage, I think, one big advantage of being single is there's a certain amount of freedom you have to serve others, to be more present to those in your life that a married person with their own children maybe can't do. All right, so I was very close with my nieces as they were growing up. I helped to raise them. I was very close with some of my cousins, and I wouldn't have been able to if I had my own children. Life would have been different. So that was a blessing. I was able to be more present to my mom when she was alive because, she needed help, especially as she got older and more infirm. But I think what we have to think about when you're single is because there's nobody kind of like who has your back, everything is on you. You have to make a living. You have to take care of your own home. You may be taking care of elderly parents. You may be a single parent. Maybe you lost a spouse or you're divorced and you're taking care of children. You need to set certain boundaries and really think about what are my obligations? What am I really called to here? So if you have a career, you might be a teacher or a doctor or a lawyer or a therapist, whatever it is. What are your obligations there? What are the obligations you have to yourself? Because you do have to make a living and you do need to take care of yourself. You don't have much coming in. A lot of times there's a lot of output. So I think it's really important to be thinking ahead and setting certain boundaries for yourself so that those who are not single don't dump a lot on you because they think, well, she's single, she can do everything. All right. So I'd like you to really think about that and to think about this time, whether you're waiting to get married or maybe you feel very called to being single, to give thanks for where you are right now. That God is using everything, and just because you're single, I know for me, I didn't want to identify as being single. I didn't join singles groups because I did not feel called to that. I used to hang out with my married friends and their kids most of the time. I was not into the single life. But I was able to do a lot of things that I wouldn't have been able to do. So like starting Catholic therapists and doing things like that. So use this time well. Use this time to say, all right, I have extra freedom that I may not have. Once I do get married, you might have more time to pray, more time to spend in adoration. Whatever it is, use it well, but set those boundaries and know what they are so that you can take care of yourself the right way without without getting burned out. So that's my advice to those of you who are single. I pray for you if you're looking for a spouse. Like I said, don't give up. God always has a plan, but He's using everything, even this trial for you. God bless you.